think that is one of the big challenges going forward, that we have a lot of, from the political side, there's a lot of, let's say, disturbances on the overall economic side in Europe. Because I think, to be honest, if we look at Greece, what's happening there, hey, they will not be able to pay back the money no matter if they stay in or if they leave. So it's simply Greece is getting money from its creditors just to pay back the private creditors, but it's not helping Greece in that sense. It's a little bit that the creditors to it right pocket, left pocket. So at the end, we are not helping Greece, we are helping ourselves. But I think politically we haven't made this quite clear across Europe that then there I see the big danger that we fall back into something that everybody's very much looking at as own nation, so that the integration idea we had with all, that also benefited a lot the real estate markets in the last 10-15 years with the European Union and the Euro, is a little bit backtracking because simply we are getting very nationalized on this side again. I think that is going forward one of the political dangers I personally see in Europe. But that's also one of the things why I hope and believe strongly that the Greek exit possibly will not take place. The only thing is how can the governments sell this to their populations. That might be the more big challenge because we have to give some more money. On the other hand, I think political risks are always out there. But on the other hand, what I also would say is regulation is something we should not underestimate. We heard about a lot of tax regulations changing in France. We have banking regulations, we have regulations for pension funds, for insurance companies. How do they all work together in the long run? We simply don't know that, and there is no real stress test for the system so far, what the result of all these regulations will be when we put one up above, on top of the other. And I think that is something we have to realize, that we possibly do too much regulation right now because we try to fine-tune with regulation something that you also possibly cannot fine-tune because you simply don't know how regulation works. And I think that is also the big danger for the markets. We've seen this already on the development side, that banks are not willing to do a lot of development because they have to put a lot of capital aside doing development financing. But that's not helping the real estate market. That might de-risk the bad balance sheet, but increase the risk on some other segments in the economy. I think the connection on this side is something that will heavily influence the real estate markets going forward, and we try always not to backtrack with regulation, put another regulatory layer on top of something we have already introduced to cure possibly a problem we made with the historical regulation, but without really understanding how all this interconnects. And that's something I think will heavily influence the markets going forward, and that will also influence how investors will, on which sectors they will possibly focus on. Why do we have these core focus of a lot of investors, all this risk averse? Why are so many investors risk averse? Because simply of the regulation. If you talk to the professionals in the companies, they realize the opportunities, but they tell you we are not able to take them because of regulation. So I think that is also one of the big dangers we have, that the markets cannot develop as they should because of the money is out there but cannot be invested.